Hey, your $1 million idea, it's worthless. Yeah, I said it. That brilliant concept that you've been polishing for, I don't know, 6 years now, that the one that you're in stealth mode with, right? The one you're just one investor away from launching, right? It is worth nothing. You've been sold a lie. A romantic, starving artist lie. The lie that you need some sort of unique idea to build wealth, right? That lie is a trap. It's a distraction. It's the guru equivalent of a lottery ticket, if you will. You with me? It's designed to keep you dreaming, to keep you gambling, to keep you essentially broke, right? As a matter of fact, I see this guy every day at my coffee shop, right? Let's call him Chad. Chad is always talking to someone, sketching on like a napkin, using words like disruption and first mover advantage and pre-revenue, all these buzzwords. He's a real visionary, I think. So one day we were both waiting for our coffees at the counter, and I started a conversation with him, and I asked him, I go, so Chad, tell me what's the system that you're using to get customers for this idea? What's your system for scaling this idea, right? Because first of all, like he looks at me, right? He looks at me and like I had three heads. He goes, system? Bro, we're focusing on the idea. Right now, we're focused on the idea. The product will sell itself, he tells me. Well, that was 3 years ago, right? And today, not today, a couple of days ago, I saw Chad, and he's still in his pre-revenue stage, as it was what he called it. He's still looking for funding from some venture capitalists. He's still perfecting his brilliant idea. You know what he is, in my opinion? He's a professional dreamer, and his bank account is the nightmare. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's really good to have big dreams, right? Huge dreams. You should have something that you're like, some sort of goal that you're aiming for, right? Some kind of like, the bigger your dream, the bigger your goal, like the better it is to motivate you into action, right? You see, Chad, and maybe you may be making the ultimate 7-figure mistake. You're trying to invent a business from scratch when what you should be doing is looking for a proven system to get you to the place that you're trying to get to, right? So in this episode, we're putting the unique idea myth through the what I like to call the home business hustle audit. And we're going to prove why uniqueness is a liability and not an asset, right? Welcome to the Home Business Hustle Podcast, the only show that cuts through the visionary garbage and essentially gives you the cold, hard math of cash flow. All right. My world isn't built on passion or genius. It's built on leverage and logic. Are you with me? And the rules of my world state that in business, it has to be systematic, period. And so that's why today we're auditing the unique idea myth, this myth that you need to have a unique idea in order to be successful or to have a successful business, right? And we're going to put it through my core criteria of duplication, time cost, and equity, right? So let's get to it. So let's start with talking about duplication. So we're talking about things like, can the system be replicated without you being there? Can you build a true leverage team? Like, these are the things that you need to be asking yourself, right? Because here's the thing. If your idea is 100% unique, the answer will always be no. You see, because if it's unique, then you have no map. If there's no map, there's literally no map for unique, right? And so if you're working with something that's that unique, You have no proven process. There's no math. You have to, all of that has to be invented, right? So you have to invent the product. You have to invent the process. You have to invent the market and the marketing, like the market itself has to be invented. Like you have to go out there, make so much noise, create the market and the marketing around this unique idea, right? And why it's so wonderful and why people need this unique idea of yours, right? You have to invent the sales script. You have to invent the customer service flow. Like all of this has to be created for a unique idea. The fulfillment system, right? Listen, if all you have is a unique idea, then you're not a business owner. You're at best an R&D department with no budget, no salary, and no guarantee that it'll ever actually work, right? Here's the math that you don't see in all of this, right? Is that 99% of unique businesses fail before they even find that repeatable system, right? That means that they run out of cash and time trying to build the plane while they're jumping off the cliff in said plane. That's no way to build a business, right? A real business isn't built on a unique idea. I guess like it could be, but a real business is built on boring, proven, and duplicatable systems. All right? Are you with me? So now let's talk about time costs. That was so let's talk about time costs. The gurus, they love to say things like ideas are cheap, execution is everything. And yeah, there's some level of truth to that statement, right? But this is a half truth in my eyes, right? It's designed to sound smart while keeping you on the hamster wheel that they want you to be on. Are you with me? All right. Execution is just a code word for your personal time, right? When your business is a unique idea, you are the secret sauce. It relies 100% on your genius, on your vision, on your 80-hour work weeks to execute into existence. Are you with me? You haven't built a system, you've built a job, if anything, right? And it's the worst paying, highest stress job that you'll ever have, right? But like not only that, but it gets worse if you can even conceive that, right? Because since the idea that is unique, if you're working with a unique idea, and if you have that unique idea, again, you have no proven market. This means you have to spend your time on top of like building your unique idea, putting it or bringing it to life, right? You need to spend your time and your money educating the market. Like think about that for a minute, right? You have to convince people out there that they even have the problem that you're trying to solve, right? Now, ask any truly successful entrepreneur or even a successful investor, right? And they'll tell you that educating the market is the most expensive, the most time-consuming way to build a business, right? And you know who wins in that whole scenario is the second guy that says that gets to the party, if you will, right? The fast follower, the person who waits for you to spend all your money, all your time proving the concept, proving that it works, proving that there is a market demand for said product, right? Then they come in and they swoop in at the 11th hour and they copy your now proven system and they crush you with a bigger budget, right? So essentially, you paid the entire R&D bill, right? You did all of that research and development, and then they come and they cash in the check for you, right? Like, how do you like that? Like, how does that sound? Are you feeling good inside about that? I mean, if that were me, I'd be feeling pretty miserable right now. But let's keep going with the audit. Let's talk about equity, right? So equity in a business is essentially the asset part of a business asset, right? You've probably heard that before. People talk about creating or building a business asset. It's the part that you sell of your business, or the part that could be sold, right? It's the part that pays you while you sleep. Now, listen, because this is important, this whole, what is so equitable when you're talking about a unique idea, like what is it that is so equitable? Like, if you have this unique idea, where's the equity in that, right? Like, where is it? Like, there's nothing. There's nothing there. There's nothing equitable about having a unique idea. It's an abstract thought. You're right. There's nothing there. What about when you've executed on it? Well, as we just established, as we just talked, the execution is you. You can't sell you. That's called slavery, I think, right? You can't duplicate yourself or you as like you know what I mean? Like, there's no cloning machine. You can't retire and have you still working, right? When the business is you and all about you, and you're the only person that can run this business, you don't have an asset. Again, you have a job at best and a prison at worst. You feel me? So a real asset in a business is the system itself, a proven, documented, predictable machine that generates cash flow independent of any one person. McDonald's, like that's not a unique idea, right? They don't make the greatest hamburger in the world, right? I'm sure you can agree with that, but they don't, and I'm sure that everyone on here, everyone that's listening to my voice right now, can make a tastier, juicier, much more delicious burger with more just overall better, right? Again, McDonald's is not a unique or special in any way. What it is a brilliant system, right? Ray Kroc didn't invent the hamburger, but he perfected the system for mass producing and selling a predictable hamburger-looking product, right? So here's the thing. Here's what I'm trying to say with all of this is that you don't need a unique idea. You need, if anything, a unique system, or better said, you just need to find a system that already works and essentially plug into it. So there you have it. I might have flipped the new haters by saying how, your genius idea is worthless, but it's true. It's not the idea that's going to build a multi-million-dollar business. It's the system that counts within that, right? That's where the money's at. And that's why in my world, we don't chase lottery tickets. We're not talking about unique ideas. We build residual royalty. Listen, the problem here is clear. The unique idea myth is a trap. It fails the audit. It fails this audit hands down. So what does pass then in this scenario? Like, what model requires zero brilliant ideas? What model has the products, the marketing, and the fulfillment already figured out, already built? What model is 100% designed for duplication and leverage from day one? I'll give you a hint. There is such a model that exists, one that is the system, right? One where your only job is to plug in and replicate the proven to work process. And then all you have to do is watch the money as it starts rolling in. It won't be easy. It won't be overnight, right? But it's the only model that I found that scores a 4 out of 4 on the whole Hustle Audit, right? And I talk all about it in the 7-figure mistake checklist. It's the exact audit that I use to vet any business. It instantly exposes these fatal little flaws in these unique ideas, right? And it reveals the one systemic model that actually builds wealth predictably over time, again and again and again. But there's one problem here, right? I'm not gonna spoon feed it to you, okay? You have to want to leave the dreamer phase and become a builder yourself. This checklist, that's just the first step, right? Follow the link down in the description, get the free checklist, audit your big idea, and stop making the 7-figure mistake. So there you have it. This has been another episode of the Home Business Hustle podcast. I'm your host, Isai Rodriguez, here to tell you to stop inventing and start building. All right. Until the next time, take care, and I'll catch you on the next episode. And I'll catch you on the other side. Take care. Bye.